My name is Vincent Jackson, and I'll be giving a speech about universal food and water. I think that it definitely should be a right for human beings to have food and water. I'm not saying that everyone should have a five-star meal or anything, but they definitely should have like bread, baby products, and all those kinds of things. I believe that because I would like to call upon a biblical muse, Luke 12:48. Too much have been given, much have been required. In the US, there's about 900 billionaires, and that source comes from Forbes.com. And about 13.8 Americans deal with food insecurity. That comes from USDA.gov. I guess this is like a world topic, but just to focus on the American perspective that we all know and love. When's the last time that you've given $20 to a homeless guy that you saw, or just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna buy a case of water and just give it to someone who doesn't have it? And I think that we all put the blame on billionaires and all these things, but there are a lot of things that we could do about it. There's a lot of ways that we could help our own little communities. Things like universal food and water, people say that this is impossible, this is too big of a task to handle. But, well, I have a job where I work part-time at this Westminster Village North, but in the kitchen, it's under this company called Compass Group, where basically we throw away like 10 pounds of food, at least, during every meal. And they used to have an initiative where they would like pack the food, like the leftovers, and like give them to homeless people, but they couldn't afford to keep it going. And I think that if we could get awareness to our government to be able to keep those initiatives going, so that way people can get paid and the homeless people can get food. These things like solving world hunger can't be this like off distant thing that's like sounds so impossible. And recently there was this article, I'm not sure how relevant it is, or like how truly, that Elon Musk was trying to solve world hunger with his money. This is just one billionaire out of a million. Like, honestly, if you all just chipped in, like, these things are not like very difficult to get by. And honestly, this really is not really just about food, because it solves the problem, but it doesn't really solve the issue. The issue really lies in the fact that people don't care about each other. People don't care that, oh, that guy's starving, well, I have all the money, so I'm gonna be just fine. I think if people just took the time to say, well, this guy needs food, this guy needs clothes, these people, they really need help. And we're not rich in any way, but we can donate our clothes to like Goodwill, we can give to food pantries, and we can do all these things that could really help these people out. Now, one of the ways that people could say this could be a bad idea is because people could say, well, if I know these people are gonna help me out, and I know they're gonna give me food, and they're gonna give me water, why not just be a chud? All right, why not just be like, try to be a streamer or whatever, and if it doesn't work out, I know that someone's gonna help me. So maybe it's not wonderful, but certainly better that you know that you have to look out for yourself and you have to actually become something to be able to have these basic things. But it gets to a point where you have the billionaire who lives in a 30-bedroom mansion and the homeless guy that's begging for quarters. Like, where does it become like out of the question? Like, in America, they say life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay, so where does it come to a point where you're stopping that? Because no one can be happy on an empty stomach. I mean, people get hangry and like, And I was in Florida, from personal experience, and I'm seeing all these rich people. They're all over. And the one thing I'm thinking is like, how can you have so much and then literally down the street you have like the homeless camps? And it's like, when are people gonna wake up and realize that people matter and their ideas matter, and the fact that they need food, water, and clothing? I mean, when are we, the middle class, even though we don't have everything, gonna realize that there's so much we could do, and we could end world hunger, at least in America. Now the other countries might be outstretched, but so yes, I think that universal food and water at its core is about human rights and human dignity, and that's my speech about food.